Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. We're going to take a look at MLB team previews. We're going to preview two teams today. Brian and Tony both are going to give you a preview, and we're going to start with you, Tony. You're going to take a look at Kansas City Royals, and that's your old stomping grounds. So we go to you for Kansas City. What are you looking at with the Royals? Kind of tough off season for the Royals, and last year a little bit of a disappointment, obviously, after the World Series. What are you looking at with the Royals here?
Well, this is a completely different team. First of all, we could talk about this for 30 minutes, obviously, but I'll make it really short. This is a lot different team. You're going to have, at least to begin the season, a healthy team. You're going to have a healthy Mike Moustakas. You're going to have an Alex Gordon. Both missed significant playing time last year. The look is different. Looks a little different with Giordano. Ventura obviously being out of the starting rotation. Nate Karn's in now, the two Chicago Cubs additions in Wood and Hamels, and Danny Duffy, who really probably found himself. He's matured. He's at that age. You're going to see a better starting rotation. You're not going to have a Chris Young throwing gopher balls up there every fifth day. And no offense, Chris, I like it, but you got 5 pitchers who going to average close to a strikeout per inning. The swing and miss rate is high, save Wood. And he probably won't average a strikeout per inning, too, if he's going to move into the starting rotation as opposed to a bullpen role. And you got a couple guys who, when they won the World Series, had some big years. They were a different team then. They were younger. They were faster. They stole a lot more bases than they stole last year and are going to steal this year. But you have some additions that make the team different. A Moss, a Solar, and probably a Mondesi, who will be in the 9th hole. I'm guessing. This is not in concrete have been said, but a guy who, if he improves at all in putting the ball or the bat on the ball, is another leadoff guy in the 9th spot. So the 74.5 that we discussed before we went live is a number that I would play over, simply because this is a team that almost reached their number last year and suffered a lot of injuries. Their bullpen's still one of the best in baseball, and I think their starting rotation is a quarter run better this year without a Chris Young. Even without Ventura, I still think they're a quarter run better.
All right, good stuff, Tony. And we're going to go to Brian. You're going to take a look at the San Diego Padres, and boy, what a low total on this thing. I had to double check it when I saw the total here. 67.5 on the season win total. But if you're a San Diego Padre season ticket holder, how do you get excited when you see something like that?
To those poor people? They lost their football team, and now their baseball team is.
They should lose them.
I don't know what their baseball team is.
They got a great park, though.
They do have a great park, and they have great fans. And the sad part is, last year they won 68 games, but they had a much better pitching staff last year. Their 2 best players, Solarte at third base and Myers at first base, had career years, and they won 68 games. They were outscored last year by .52 runs per game. Now this year, their starting rotation has no strikeout pitchers. None of these guys can strike anybody out. They've never averaged over 7 strikeouts in the game, and they're all guys that have been either, or would be, either the 4th or 5th starter on another team if they made the other team. We've got Cozart, Perdomo, Friedrich, Chacin, Weaver, Richard, and Clemens. 7, 8 guys that are looking to start for this team. Now, there has been talk that they may start something where bring in a starter, have him pitch a couple innings, and then pull them and bring in the opposite-handed starter because they know that they don't have any dominant pitchers. That'd be interesting for them to do. So if they start a right-hander, bring in a left-hander in the 3rd inning, then all of a sudden the other team's already loaded up. That may actually give them a chance. The bullpen's okay. It's not great. They have Maurer, which was the starter, and now he's their closer. I'm just not big on this team. Their projected outfield. They've got the 4 guys that are supposed to get most of the play in the outfield. 2 are rookies, 2 are second-year players. Go back at the end of the year, after the season's over, you'll probably find 2 guys on this team that have hit 260 or better. They don't have a lot of power, and this has got to be the worst starting rotation I have ever seen in my life. Normally, I don't tell people to play these low-total games under. I see no way anybody is going to be betting the over on the Padres. Get it now, and then you can always hedge back a little bit later. But the Padres under 67.5 right now is it's a gift to me.
All right, I can't say that I argue with you. And even if they do the gimmick of switching, in the third inning, that might be a short-term thing, but that's going to wear out your bullpen if you do that. Going to the bullpen that early.
Well, with these 7 starters that they're looking at, their bullpen's going to get worn out anyway.
All right, good stuff, guys. Hey, if you want to save $10 this weekend at WagerTalk, check it out. Use coupon code KINGS in the number 10. That's KINGS in the number 10, and you can save $10 on any package this week at WagerTalk. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk.com.